There is just 2 games left of the season, and then our attention turns to the transfer window as the club is set to be extremely busy with regards to incomings and outgoings. Today there has been a lot of news in the Rangers camp, with a midfield deal done and the club confirming the exits of 5 first-team players, of which we'll go through with you in today's video. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers have confirmed their retained list for 2023. Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent are the headline names who will leave Ibrox this summer. It has been expected for some time that both players would depart Rangers at the end of their contracts, but it has now been confirmed in a statement by the club. They will be joined by several other major first-team players such as Alan McGregor, who appears to be retiring, Scott Arfield and Philippe Hollander. Stephen Davis, who has been out of action since December last year through injury, remains in talks over his future. A club statement reads, each of the departing players who has given the club excellent service and will move on in the next stage of their careers with the warmest wishes and thanks to everyone at Ibrox and the Rangers training centre. Tributes to the departing players will be paid at tomorrow's match with Hearts. Additional acknowledgements to those leaving will continue on the club's digital platforms in the coming weeks, with Alan McGregor to be further recognised in his testimonial match with Newcastle on July 18th. Just a quick one guys, we have got Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Rangers will be aiming to qualify for the Champions League group stages for a second successive season this year. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst guided Rangers to their first proper Champions League campaign since their demotion to the lower leagues. Rangers welcomed Liverpool, Napoli and Ajax to Glasgow. While it may have been a painful experience for the club and fans, there is no doubt that everyone will be looking forward to a better crack at it this year. A £30 million payday lies ahead if Rangers can manage to achieve just that, which would of course be a huge boost to the Kofers at Ibrox and potentially to Michael Beale's transfer budget. Here are the dates you need to know to keep an eye on ahead of the summer. Round 3 qualifying draw. The draw for the third qualifying round of the Champions League will take place on Monday, July 24th. It will take place at the House of European Football in Neon. This will be the first stage Rangers will enter the competition at. As things stand, Rangers could face Servette, Dinpiero, Panathinaikos, Sturm Graz, or Union Saint-Gilles, who of course we defeated at the same point last term. The ties will be played on the midweek of August 8th and August 9th, with a return on August 15th. The playoff draw. If Rangers can make it past any of those teams that we just mentioned, they will be just 180 minutes away from the group stages. The draw for the playoff game will take place on Monday, August 7th. We will obviously know our potential playoff opponents before they've gone through to the third qualifying round. Similar to last year, PSV Eindhoven are our potential opponent for Rangers, and at the time of recording, so is Marseille and Serbian side FK TSKK Baka. Rangers youngster Aaron Lyle has agreed a new Ibrox deal after making his debut for the club against Hibernian. Reports say the 19-year-old has signed a year extension that will keep him at the club over the course of next season under Michael Beale. Lyle was thrown into the Scottish Premiership action in Edinburgh on Sunday as Rangers defeated their capital rivals 3-1. The Jazz B regular replaced Scotland international Ryan Jack in the middle of the park. Lyle has came through the ranks at Rangers and has featured heavily for the B team in the Lowland League in recent times. He has also spent time on loan at Inverness Caledonian Thistle and will likely be sent out on loan again this summer. Jose Cifuentes is closing in on his move to Rangers. The Ecuador midfielder has been an established transfer target for Michael Beale and Rangers for some while. The Jazz boss will carry out a major summer rebuild as we already know, and Cifuentes is expected to be one of the first, if not the first signings to kick that process off. The Los Angeles FC star's contract is up in December later this year, but the MLS side wants to sell him sooner rather than later so that they don't lose him for nothing. Reports state that Cifuentes' personal terms have been all but agreed with Rangers as they pip Toulouse to land the player. His agent, Stefan Jarin, has been in Glasgow recently to seal the deal, with Rangers already providing him a tour of Ibrox in their training centre. And it would be fair to say, as they remain in advanced talks, that Rangers are well aware of what kind of money that will be needed to bring Cifuentes to the Premiership. In the MLS, they have rules in place that reveal each player's salary package, so this means that the clubs around the world can see exactly what any prospective targets are earning. Cifuentes isn't one of the higher earners in America, but he still is on a decent wage. The midfielder rakes in around $500,000 a year currently, which works out around just under £8,000 per week. How much more that Rangers will need to pay to entice Cifuentes to Glasgow remains to be seen. Malky Thompson will leave his post as Rangers women head coach this week. It has been confirmed by the club that Thompson will depart following Sunday's Scottish Cup final against Celtic. It comes just 2 days after Rangers were pipped to the SWPL title by Glasgow City at the weekend. Thompson will return to the Light Blue Academy following this weekend's game. James Bisgrove said, "Malky has achieved historic success and will be remembered as the coach who led us to our first ever league title and first journey in the Champions League. When Malky was asked to leave his academy role and become the women's head coach, he did so with great energy and enthusiasm. Phase 1 of our women's football strategy was to create Scotland's first full-time professional, fully integrated team. Malky then led us through Phase 2 as we won our first ever trophy, and the club had always agreed with him that as we entered Phase 3 of the strategy, he would return to his academy position where his experience will be invaluable. On behalf of the board, I want to congratulate Malky for his fantastic contribution to the women's football programme. We will now commence the search for a new women's head coach who will join Rangers in the summer. For now, the focus remains on finishing this season on a high, with the team aiming to win the Scottish Cup for the first time in our history. Thompson oversaw the transition as Rangers women became Scotland's first full-time professional team. He was also responsible for the club's first ever SWPL League title in the season 2021-2022. Rangers fans, what do you make of the 5 departures? Please do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.